Share with you from a Team Elite trip that we celebrated a couple of years ago. Can you roll my first video, please? You know, every year we take a trip somewhere in the world with our Team Elite leaders. This year we went to Rome, and I know those of you who were on it truly enjoyed that trip. A few years ago we took a trip to New York City. And as you can see on this video, we celebrated an evening at a place called Ellis Island, where we held our awards gala and recognized our Team Elite leaders for that year. This was truly an elegant evening. For those of you who were there, yes, this was the trip where it rained heavily on us, and still we learned that not even heavy rains can daunt the spirits of new skin Team Elite leaders from around the world. Well, Ellis Island happens to be the place where millions and even tens of millions of immigrants sailed into the United States as they entered New York Harbor. This is where people essentially immigrated from places around the world in pursuit of relief from political oppression or government oppression, and in pursuit of all of the benefits of freedom, including the right to pursue one's dreams and the right to pursue economic freedom. As those immigrants sailed into the harbor, they were also greeted by this beautiful statue, the Statue of Liberty, which was a gift actually to the United States from the country of France in the 1880s, and has long stood as a beacon of all that America has to offer in terms of freedom. Well, in those days, in the 1880s and early 1900s, most people came to the United States seeking relief from governmental oppression or political oppression. Today, I think the battle that most of us face in the world is not so much political oppression as much as it is economic oppression, or the burdens associated with not being able to provide for our families the quality of life that we would truly like. You know, the reality is that the traditional path to economic security is broken, isn't it? I mean, we no longer get an education, graduate from college, join a company, and live happily ever after. That just doesn't work so much anymore. You know, when I graduated from college, from law school, I went to work at a law firm as a young lawyer and started working long hours. And one night, we were working on a big transaction, and the senior partner I was working with happened to walk by my office door. Well, as it turned out, we had been working long hours for many weeks, and I was sitting at my desk feeling like my heart was kind of racing and about to pound out of my chest. So I laid down on the floor to take a little rest. And when the partner stuck his head in, he saw me lying on the floor and he said, Are you feeling okay? And I said, I don't know, I feel like I might be having a heart attack. And he kind of shrugged and said, You'll get used to it. And that's really kind of what life is like, isn't it? I never got used to it. I decided that the life of a lawyer was not for me. And in reality, most of us, many of us, spend our time and our efforts making other people rich instead of doing something that can really enrich our own lives and bless our families and bless our lives for many years to come. I'm here today to celebrate stars. And as you know, the word star has a particular meaning in the new skin world. But to me, the word star really stands for anyone who is willing to take a risk or pursue a dream or pursue an opportunity that they truly want to achieve. You know, we have in our world what we call the success formula, and each point on this star stands for a different element of the success formula, which we've heard a lot about yesterday and we'll hear more about during the term of this session. I want to focus on just one of these points for just a minute, because I feel like my life has been richly blessed through my association with great leaders. Three of the great leaders I've had an opportunity to associate with are pictured on this slide a few years ago: Steve, Sandy, and Blake. You know, I've had the good fortune of hanging out with these guys for a long time now. And I'd like you to know a couple of things about them. Not only are they world-class entrepreneurs and wonderful business people, they're also world-class people who just love other people and who truly want to make a positive difference in other people's lives and in the world around us. And I want you all to know that the partners you have and the founders of New Skin Enterprises are truly people whose lives are worth emulating. I always feel better about what we do when I hear Blake and Steve and Sandy speak about pursuing the New Skin business, because these are people who truly have pure hearts. You know, a lot of people look at Blake and Steve and Sandy and say, wow, I mean, you know, there's some awesome business people. And they are great business people. But if I were to identify the trait that to me distinguishes them from anyone else in the world, it probably wouldn't be business genius, even though they are business geniuses. To me, the magic of Blake and Steve and Sandy is that they created a culture that people just want to be a part of. I hear from people all the time that they came into the New Skin world because they saw Blake and Steve and Sandy, you know, creating this incredible business and with an incredible culture, and they just wanted to be part of what they were doing. You know, it wasn't so much what the new product was or what the compensation plan was. It was, these are people who we want to hang out with and who we want to have fun with. So I might just encourage you to consider, as you're building your own businesses, what culture, what kind of culture are you fostering? Is it the kind of culture that truly attracts people and makes them want to be part of what we do? Now, we also have the benefit of hearing this week from a few of my partners at the corporate level, Joe Chang, Ryan Napirsky, and Melissa Quijano. These three are truly all-stars. You know, I've been around the direct selling world for a long time now. I know virtually every company out there. And I can tell you without reservation that the quality of the team that we have at corporate far surpasses what any other company has available. I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about my people. These people are truly worth their weight in gold. And you know, every time we hear Blake talk, he always says, do not succumb to the temptation of recruiting dishonest, unethical people, doesn't he? Well, that's another lesson that we should remind ourselves of. We try to practice that at the corporate level as well. We try to hire people and promote people who can truly be your trusted business partners. And I think that for the most part, we successfully do that. And it is truly a privilege for me to be able to work with these wonderful people. Now, we also have here today many great leaders who have reached the rank of Team Elite designation. These are just last year's Team Elite leaders, and I know there are many others here who have been Team Elite leaders in the past, and others who represent everyone from people who probably joined the business a week ago to leadership levels at every step of the rung. Every once in a while, someone will introduce themselves to me and they'll say, hello, I'm so-and-so, and then I hear something like this, and I'm just a Ruby. And I feel like saying, what? Don't ever say you're just a Ruby, because being a Ruby is really, really important. It is not easy. Being a gold level executive is really important. It's not even, just even being an executive is something that we should all be proud of, as I am proud of each of these leaders. Now, I have learned something from them that I want to share with you really quickly. As I sit down and talk with Team Elite leaders all over the world, I almost always hear them tell about their evolution in the business and how they reach a particular moment in time when they have to decide for themselves whether they're going to push ahead and become a real New Skin leader, whether or not their upline leader is supportive at all. There's a moment in time that every New Skin leader faces where they say to themselves, okay, perhaps I don't have the level of upline support that I would ideally like to have, or maybe I even disagree with the way my upline leader is teaching the business. you know what? With or without upline support, every one of these people makes a decision that they're going to push forward, and they're going to do the business, and they're going to step up, and they're going to lead. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? There are probably people here today who are facing one of those defining moments in your life. Maybe your upline support isn't quite what you'd like it to be. Well, real leaders confront those defining moments and make a decision to step up and to truly lead. And I hope that you will follow that example. Now, a few years ago, we, or from time to time, I should say, we consider the slogan that is associated with our corporate name. You'll remember for the past several years, we used the slogan, the difference demonstrated. And last year we were reconsidering alternatives to that slogan. I want to run a quick video that I think helps to portray what our new slogan is all about. Can you run that video really quickly? Everyone we come in contact with to join us in the Nu Skin family. But you know, to me, what I'm here to celebrate and what I think we should embrace as a Nu Skin family, as a Nu Skin culture, is anyone who dares to dream, who dares to believe, who dares to set goals and take action and lead. That's the kind of world that we need, in a world that is filled with skeptics and cynics and those who just would shoot down everyone's dreams. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so proud to be part of Nu Skin. You know, let me introduce you to this wonderful lady from Thailand, Wantana. Is Wantana here somewhere in the room by chance? If she's here, somebody yell, will you? She's probably here. Is she here? She's backstage. Okay, well, let me tell you her story. Someone's pointing this way. There is she. She's right there. That is Wantana in the green dress. Let me tell you just quickly about this lovely lady who dared to dream. You know, 10 years ago, she was living in upcountry Thailand. Wantana is a lady who did not enjoy the benefits of advanced education. All she had the money and resources to do was a primary level of education. Well, 10 years ago, desperate to provide for her family, she moved to Brunei to work in the clothing industry, and there married her husband, and when she became pregnant, she decided to move back to Thailand. Her money ran out very quickly after giving birth, and thankfully, someone in the Nu Skin world found her and introduced her to not only Nu Skin products, but to the Nu Skin business opportunity. And today at this convention, Wantana walks across the stage as a Blue Diamond level distributor for Nu Skin. And I am incredibly proud of that. And incredibly proud of the fact that the Nu Skin business opportunity has enabled this wonderful woman to go from the life she lived to a life where she's now able to provide for her family and even put her own children through a college education that she herself was not able to afford. That's what we do, everyone, is we give people a platform of opportunity that lets them become all that they can be, that lets them discover their best self. And that is why I'm incredibly proud to be part of this wonderful Nu Skin family. You know, the Nu Skin world and the Nu Skin future is very bright and very vibrant. We have gone through a period of time globally where our industry, our direct selling platform, has been under a microscope and the subject of a lot of scrutiny from the outside world. As you know, we're a public company. We trade on the New York Stock Exchange, so we're high profile in the United States, and we're part of that scrutiny that has been applied by the skeptics around us. Well, what the skeptics don't understand is that just because a Wall Street bully walks into a room and tries to make money by scaring people away from a particular business, that does not crush and never will crush the hopes and the dreams and the ambitions of millions of people around the world who want a better life for themselves and a better life for their families. This is an enterprise worth working for and worth sacrificing for, and I'm incredibly proud to be part of it with you. I celebrate all of you because you're all stars to me, and you're all stars within the Nu Skin family. Thank you for being here, and thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Truman.